notes, so excuse my notes, but there's so much about beauty. Tonight we're going to talk about foods, supplements, nutrition, makeup, and skincare, okay? What we're going to cover is going to be a great foundation for you to get a better understanding of taking great care of your skin and aging with grace and beauty, because that's what we want to do, right? We have a giveaway from derma-e. It's this product here. It's a cleanser. So everyone will go home with one of these. It's a great product, and they're a great company. They gave us hand lotion before. So I'll talk a little bit about their ingredients in just a little bit. We're covering a couple of decades here, and these are the important decades as far as beauty and aging and nutrition and everything, okay? Because your body, as we've already talked about in these workshops, our bodies are constantly changing. They're constantly regenerating and repairing, and they're constantly dying, all at the same time. So it's a fascinating process, okay? With the respect to beauty and aging, I just want to say, first of all, because I have to, because it's very important, that there's other components to beauty and aging besides just food and supplements and health and makeup and skincare. And I wrote them down in this order: stress management, foods and nutrition, sleep, exercise, and skincare products. Okay? And no offense, but I think that that's the order that we should rationally think, you know what I mean? As far as taking care of ourselves to have radiant beauty naturally. Now, we are not going to get in tonight talking about fillers, Botox, facelifts, or anything like that. We're just going to talk about how to support our body where we are right now, okay? And things that we can do to support it, but we want to understand it first. So stress management, foods, nutrition, sleep, exercise, and skincare products. Those are the 5 things. So let's understand the skin first of all. Okay, again, I'm not a dermatologist, so I'm going to make this really easy as I can. So everybody look at your hand, and you see this layer of your skin, the top layer, that's called the dermis, right? Or the epidermis, I'm sorry, the epidermis. So then under that is the second layer called the dermis. That is where the dermis, there's blood, there's nerves in there, there's cells, there's tissue, there's fluid, there's a lot of things. There's also in that dermis layer, that's where your collagen, your elastin, and your I never say it right, somebody help me say it, hyaluronic acid. Is that the pronounce? I say it wrong every time. Anyway, those 3 things. I'm sure you've seen those in the news and on products and in every magazine article that's written and every anti-aging pitch that you would get. It's those 3 things that we're either trying to add to or repair or restore. Okay, and that's what all the products are selling you on, because that is when that layer starts breaking down, either the collagen, the elastin, or the hyaluronic acid. When those things start breaking down, that's when your tissue, you'll notice a difference in your skin, primarily, right? Under the dermis layer is the fat. So when that also starts breaking down or clumping up, you will notice a change also. That's one of the reasons sometimes heavier women have a little bit plumper and not so wrinkly face, because the fat is kind of pushing that out, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're skinny, then you don't have that, then the fat is already kind of less than, and then your dermis layer, if you're aging, then that collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid is also breaking down all the time. Then it starts to kind of sag, fall in. You see it, you know what I'm talking about. You can see it in different areas of your face. Okay, so why does that happen, and what do we do about it? Well, most people think that there's not a product that you can put on that will boost, or I don't want to say boost, add to collagen or elastin or hyaluronic acid. Even if you put collagen on, it's likely not going to make a change. There are some supplements, however, that putting on topically and ingesting them, it does make a difference, because it helps to either repair damage to your collagen or restore or boost production of the collagen, elastin, or the hyaluronic acid. Okay, is everybody with me so far? All right, so here's a few. We're going to go through all the foods and supplements in a minute, but the ones that will work on the collagen, elastin, and the hyaluronic acid. There's a few, and you've probably seen them in the news, but I'm going to just go over them briefly here. Okay, the first one's vitamin A. we all know of, I don't want to assume, but retinol, or retin-A. You'll see different forms of retin or vitamin A in products. It is also in the skin cleanser. Any anti-aging product will have some form of retin A or vitamin A in it, okay? It is one that it showed to penetrate and repair damage of collagen. So it's not going to necessarily add collagen to you, but it's going to repair some of the collagen, okay? You have to be careful with vitamin A. If you have sensitive skin, you don't want to do too much. It can kind of like burn your skin. That's the wrong, it doesn't technically burn, but it seems like it can burn. It can make you red, patchy. You could have a reaction to it, okay? The next one is vitamin C. It increases collagen production. It actually is one that increases, more so though from an internal standpoint. Like if you're taking vitamin C and the right forms of vitamin C, it can convert and help boost collagen. If you put it on your skin, it also acts as a collagen booster per se, but I believe personally that the taking it internally is one of the better ways to support your skin elasticity. It's also in this product. Okay, alpha hydroxy acids. Has anybody heard of that? Okay. The two alpha hydroxy acids you'll see on most products are the glycolic and the lactic acid. Okay, the glycolic comes from sugars and lactic comes from milk. It's one of the reasons, if you ever Googled like natural face mask or things like that, you know, like people will do yogurt mask or milk mask or milk wash or sugar scrub, because the sugar and the acids from the milk and the sugars help to stimulate, and they cleanse and stimulate. So it's things you'll see in more products, and they're fine to use if you know what you're doing. They're also can be pretty intense. Okay, and then some other natural things are green tea, CoQ10, vitamin E, and lycopene. Does anybody know what lycopene is or where it comes from? Okay, so we're going to mention them again, but green tea, vitamin E, CoQ10, and lycopene. Vitamin E is another antioxidant that we'll talk about in a minute, but these are still ones that help to work with the elastin and the collagen in your skin. And lycopene comes mostly from tomatoes.
I was going to say
it's tomatoes. A lot of people, I think for men in particular, dealing with cancer, this great also as a cancer protector, stewed tomatoes. But the lycopene is in both fresh and stewed tomatoes. I think the stewing actually brings the lycopene out a little bit more. So those are about the only ingredients that actually have shown proven results to boost, stimulate, or add to the collagen, elastin, or hyaluronic acid in your skin, okay? Now, saying that those are the only ones, it doesn't mean that it's a lost cause or there's no hope in being beautiful forever, because, of course, we have options and alternatives, right? But before we get into those, I just want to go quickly over the idea of antioxidants. Does anybody know, or what would you say is an antioxidant? Does anybody know, like, the definition of an antioxidant? Is there any scientist here, nutritionist, or no one knows?
I just know that they fight the free radicals that will cause problems like cancer.
Yeah, okay, very good. Do you know what free radicals are? Okay. Does anybody take antioxidants? Yeah, a lot of people do, because you hear that it's good for aging, right, to protect you. Okay, so free radicals, basically, again, it goes a little bit beyond my scope of being a scientist or doctor or whatever, but essentially free radicals are molecules in your body that are unpaired molecules, okay? So when you have molecules in their body, they're usually paired up, right? You might remember that in biology, like you have a pair of molecules, okay? So a free radical is a single molecule that isn't paired. And we'll talk about in a minute how it gets into your body. But while it's in your body, it basically goes around to other paired molecules and starts trying to attach on, and it does. It steals a molecule from another partner. And this sets off a chain reaction, okay? And this chain reaction basically is set up in your body where the cells become unstable. And then these unstable cells start basically getting destructive and destroying, and they're going to die, okay? It's the degenerative process. There's some theories that claim this is why and how we age, from the free radical process, and that antioxidants are going to combat that. It's a big argument right now in the field. I'm just telling you about it because a lot of these foods and products are antioxidants. And the reason that we're taking them is to try to stop or block the free radicals from coming in and doing damage. Because when the free radicals come in, then they're gonna, even on your skin, right? They're gonna kill the cells, damage the cells, and then that causes problem for your skin. It happens with the air that you breathe because there's toxins in the air, and any toxicity will do this. Foods that aren't really high quality will do this. Stress that we mentioned first, lack of sleep, poor diet, smoking, anything like that will increase the potential for free radicals to come in. All right. So all this stuff that we talk about, it may sound like you don't really want to know about that or care about it, but it's really critical because what you're taking, you know, if you understand what you're taking, you understand what you're doing is doing in your body, right? So that's what free radicals are. Now, when you were young, you had a defense system against these free radicals. So you might look at somebody like a 20 or 25-year-old and say, well, why do they still look so beautiful? Well, a few reasons. They have a lot of collagen. Your collagen, pumps like a lot until you're into your 20s actually, and it kind of levels out for a while. Then it starts slowly decreasing. After or when you hit menopause and the next 5 years, your collagen decreases 30%. So if you can catch it before then or during that time, you're doing really good, right? Because your collagen's just going to go down. All right, so we got the free radicals. The young people have the collagen, the elastin, and all this buoyancy in their skin and so forth. But they also have an enzyme. It's called SOD. It's I wrote it down. What is it? I mispronounce it too. Superoxide dismutase. I think that's the way you say it. Superoxide dismutase. I know it's SOD. You can buy SOD supplements actually now. It's another route that people take as an antioxidant to try to decrease the aging process. It's called SOD. Is it effective? I don't know. No one really knows. It may be a last-ditch effort, but what I do know is when you were young, you had a lot of it, and those enzymes of the SOD broke down all the free radicals that were attacking your body, and that's why you didn't start having wrinkles and aging and looking bad when you're 25, because you have a defense system against it. Not that you all look bad. I mean, you know what I'm saying, though. I mean, once it starts happening, you have to admit it starts happening, right? Like, I see it happen. So, different places, crease places, any place that has a lot of wear and tear just starts happening. And then once it happens, it just it's that domino effect, right? Okay. So, does anyone have any questions so far about all that technical kind of stuff? No? Is it interesting to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember I saw a picture of myself a year ago, and I looked like I was 20-something a year ago. And
well, you thought you did. Yeah, everything is like, it's a new perspective, right? Yeah.
just in a year.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So in 6 months I'll be 42. I feel like my skin's pretty healthy. I feel like I don't feel like I have the best skin in the world, but I don't think it's suffering too much. And the only thing I contribute that to is because I've really had a pretty clean diet, and I've kind of, always been in this industry and whatever, and I think it does help. I mean, it really does help. And even now, though, I see my skin's changing. It's becoming a little more thin. Different things are happening, so I have to change my products and change what I'm doing too, because I'm at that, I'm at that time when it starts happening. Okay, so before we get into
I just want to say one thing. Do you know that the Brazil nuts help man's prostate?
What?
I mean, you're talking about
lycopene.
Lycopene, like tomatoes, that's good
Yeah.
to eat and the different things. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of
There's a lot.
things
Well,
that we don't know that they help, but that was.
there's a
one
lot of
the
things you don't know. And what's interesting, as we'll get into the foods and the oils and so forth, it is nature's pharmacy, right? And that's what I love about Nikki's stuff. That's what I love about all the stuff that I use and the foods I eat and the research that I do, is because it's really fascinating that even in different parts of the world, the oils and the herbs and the things that they use there that now we're discovering as superfoods or super oils, it's for a reason, there's one oil here that the Kenyan women have been using for a long time. Well, they have a very different skin and hair texture, whatever. It protects you from sun damage, and so now we can utilize that. But, for years and centuries, this is the way this stuff works. So we're now getting more and more
Smart.
information, but it is true. It's just to the specifics about the foods and the oils and the products and everything. I just want to say a few things that I made a note of myself. We've talked about essential oils in the aromatherapy class. A lot of Nikki's stuff at DollyMoo has essential oils. There's essential oils in that. I use essential oils all the time in my products. They're wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to use. One of the reasons, and this isn't just a big pitch for Nikki tonight, but I really do love her stuff because one of her products like totally healed my skin. The beauty of her products is that there's not a million things in them. So I just want to caution you as you learn tonight and as you go home and look in your cabinets and as you purchase things tonight or in the future, you know, it's not more the better. That's not what you're doing here, right? The key is to find where you are in your body and in your skin and what works for you. It's a little bit difficult, but the more you know, the more ammo that you have, okay? But I went through 20 face creams that just wrecked my face. And some of them were given to me because I do product reviews, so I would try different things, whatever. So many of them had a gazillion ingredients, all wonderful ingredients, but you know, it doesn't matter if there's 20 essential oils that are really strong and then this acid and that thing and whatever, it can strip your face, it can dry out your face, it can cause problems. So, you know, use caution, you know what I mean? So, the same things that I taught in the aromatherapy apply when you're using them often in the skincare. For example, lavender. Someone came up tonight that had been using lavender soap and she could really tell a difference. Well, lavender in products will often be very soothing for your skin, right? It's kind of a more generalized use in skin because it's for sensitive skin, it's safe for pregnant women, et cetera, as opposed to like tea tree oil, which we'll talk about in a minute, but I mentioned aromatherapy. That's very harsh on your skin. It's very like astringent, okay? So it's important that you really know where you are and be honest with yourself of what's going on with your face, you know, like it can change 6 times a year or more, your skin can. You can be oily one month and then dry here the next month and then, you know, terrible here. You may have an outbreak on your chest. There's all kinds of things that happen. Okay. The other thing I want to mention quickly is how to use products and layering them. As we age, it may seem like a daunting task for me at night. It's never taken longer to get ready for bed. I've gotten used to it though, but it really is important that you do the process if you really want to make a difference with your skin, okay? That means like you're going to cleanse and you're going to tone, then you're going to maybe put on a serum, and then you're going to, you know, put on a moisturizer maybe, et cetera, So the layering is it's a good thing to do. Not everyone needs to do it, but it's, you know, it's not some like sales trick because it really does have an effect. And then the other thing I just want to note is, you know, the other things you can do, one of my favorite things to do when I'm really dry on my body, not so much my face, is dry brushing. Has anybody heard of dry brushing?
No.
Yeah, okay, so basically what it is, and I wrote an ebook called Radiant Beauty Naturally that's on my website if you want. It's $3. Anyway, but I mentioned some of these tips, but that's one of my favorite ones because it's like a really hard brush and you brush your skin for just quickly all up and down your body before you get in the bath or the shower, and it gives your body a lot of circulation. It fluffs off the dead skin, and it's like really wakes you up, but it hurts, but it feels great at the same time. It's kind of like getting a body scrub. It's just a great thing to do. So if you've never done that, you might want to investigate that. Okay, we better move on. Okay, so let's go through foods and nutrition first. If you want to take some notes, feel free to. I just wrote down some of my favorite foods. Again, with skincare is even probably more complex than healthcare or as complex. So you ask a million people, they're all going to give you a million different ideas. But these, over the years of what I've known to be tried and true, they've been studied, researched. They're not new fads or anything like that. So you can trust it, and let's go through them. Okay, so the first thing is water, obviously. You can't do anything unless you're hydrated, right? Is anybody here dehydrated? I would guess probably we all are. It's really hard to drink the right amount of water, but it's key number 1. Number 2, dark chocolate or cocoa. Now, I interviewed an herbalist, medicine man. He said, aside from water, he thought it was the most potent, anti-aging, and health rejuvenating food that you can put in your body. So, well, I would say like if you're looking at a bar, you want to get over 70% would be the percentage of cacao or cocoa in the bar. And I would say 2 to 3 squares would be a good serving a day. So yeah, it's a good amount, you know. Or you can make, one thing that he showed us that was delicious was to take straight cocoa, like baking cocoa, and put it in a blender with a banana and some blueberries. Oh my God, and some, I think we used almond milk. It was the most delicious smoothie, right? Remember, Jim?
Wonderful.
It's amazing. And there's no added sugar, and there's no added anything. But cocoa and chocolate are chock full of antioxidants. I mean, like super, super full of antioxidants. They also have sun protective qualities, the chocolate and cocoa is, and improves skin texture and reduces roughness. Okay? Because of that little bit of fat probably in there. Avocados. People are scared of avocados because of the fat. You should not be scared of avocados. If you're concerned about fat, then go to a half an avocado, but I would say at least a half an avocado every day if you can afford it. They're expensive. But a half of an avocado every day will give you the right kinds of fats, and it has a good fatty acid in them that's excellent for your skin and your health. Also full of fiber. There's a lot of great things about avocados. But it's also great for brittle hair and nails and for your skin. And you can even, you've probably seen avocado face masks and so forth. Again, I'm not going to get into all the home remedies. You can do so many conditioners and face masks and scrubs or whatever. Salmon would be the next one. Salmon. Obviously it has the omega-3 oils. It improves your skin elasticity. And it has an ingredient that I cannot pronounce, but it's very just powerful as an antioxidant. It's a great source of protein for you, and it's full of the great fats that you need, that your skin needs too. Okay, protein in general is a must for especially hair, skin, and nails. If you're not getting enough protein, your body is suffering, and your hair, skin, and nails are suffering. Whether if you're a vegetarian, mixing foods correctly, but eggs, beans, like any protein source that's clean and natural. But the protein will also, it helps to repair your cells. So like I said in the beginning, we're constantly dying and our body's constantly regenerating, right? So the beautiful thing about our body is that almost every organ, and your skin as an organ, has the capacity to rejuvenate itself from scars, from injuries, from sickness, from disease, from all kinds of things, right? So what we want to be doing is helping it rejuvenate and repair. People who have a poor diet, it's not just that they're, fat or just out of shape or that they just don't have a good diet. It's really they're robbing their body of support that it needs every day to live a long, healthy life and to support and repair and regenerate your body. So that's the point of these good foods. Micronutrients, good, full nutrients for your body. It makes a big difference. Okay, pomegranate is another great source. It's also high in antioxidants. You can also put pomegranate on your skin, and it is said to promote more collagen if you put it topically on your skin. I do not know if that's a fact or not. Flax seeds and walnuts, a great vegetarian source of omega-3s if you're opposed to eating so much salmon. The omega-3s too will make your hair shinier and stronger. So those are good things to do. Almonds, another great food. Yep. Almonds have a lot of vitamin E. I know you know that vitamin E is good for your skin. But also antioxidants, fiber, so forth. Another great protein source. Handful of almonds a day, great thing to do. Sweet potatoes or other orange foods like papayas or carrots. It stimulates the production of collagen. So we're not talking about on the body now, we're talking about internally and what we can do to help boost our collagen. You've probably also, sweet potatoes have vitamin A. As we know, vitamin A is excellent for collagen. Greens, kale, chard, spinach, mustard greens, collard greens, all of these provide micronutrients, antioxidants, and like a superfood effect for your body, which will have an effect on your skin to rejuvenate and repair your tissues. Okay, greens are essentially important. Purple berries, like grapes, blueberries, blackberries, those currants, is that what they are, the currants? Any of the purple berries, there's a pigment in them that's excellent that has an excellent antioxidant effect, and and they're called anti-aging foods. Okay, green tea and coffee. I will throw coffee in there too, but green tea in particular has anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer properties. It's excellent too for your skin. So if you're going to use green tea for this purpose, you have to kind of dose up like 2 or 3 cups a day, kind of thing. But it's got a little caffeine, but not too much. Green tea also can help reverse the sun damage from UV rays. So if you have any issues like that, tomatoes do that also. Remember, from the lycopene. Onions and garlic, great anti-aging foods. They're full of nutrients. Also reduce inflammation. And then foods with vitamin C. We already mentioned the vitamin C. But eating foods with the vitamin C and taking vitamin C, natural whole food supplement, will help your skin elasticity, help boost the collagen growth, and boost your immune system. That whole dermis layer, the vitamin C is excellent for. Also excellent for your adrenal glands, which will keep you youthful because your stress levels will be in check. So vitamin C is one of my favorite things, just as a daily basis, okay? Does anybody have any questions? Okay, oils, and I'm talking about oils now that you put on your skin, okay? It's kind of been coming, I would say, more popular in the last few years, right? Using oils on your skin. Okay, so there's oils that you don't want to use on your skin so much or at all, and then there's oils that are good for your skin. We're going to talk about the oils that are good for your skin. The pore clogging oils, there's a fancy name for it, comogenic, I think. I don't know what it is. But anyways, those are pore clogging oils. That would be like mineral oils or petroleum. In my opinion, I don't know, what do you think? I say no to any of those, right?
Well, I don't use any of them.
She doesn't use them, so no, there's, people used to use mineral oil a lot, and it's not good for you. Petroleum, all those lip balms, those Carmex, I shouldn't name names, but I'll edit it out, but all those lip things, they're just addicting. They're formulated for you to keep using them. They're like ice cream to your brain. They make them where they're sucking the life out of your lips, so you have to keep putting that crap on. That's what petroleum does. It's the most drying ingredient that you can really ever find, right? So that's why natural lip balms are very, very important. Okay, but other oils for your face. I have a few of them, so I'm going to go through quickly. These are some of the more popular ones and the ones that I like, and see if it resonates for you. Okay, sweet almond oil. I think sweet almond oil was in the massage oil that I gave you guys with the lavender, and I think it's in your rosehip oil, right? Okay, it's nourishing, it gets rid of irritation and inflammation, and it's very soothing. I just kind of put some highlights here so you guys can hear them, okay? Marula oil, am I saying that right? Do you know marula oil? That's the one that's the Kenyan women have been using for centuries. So it deflects free radicals, helps reverse signs of sun damage. A lot of these oils talk about reversing signs of sun damage. I want you to know that the key word here is signs of sun damage. This is not a cure for sun damage, okay? It doesn't give you the benefit just to go out and get sunburned and go, oh, I'll just use my marula oil. That's not the way this works. Okay, argan oil, also M-A-R-U-L-A. Argan oil, A-R-G-A-N. It's also been very popular in I'd say like the last 5 years probably or so. Anti-aging, helps reduce wrinkles. It's kind of a soothing oil. Some describe it as like cooling. Rosehip oil, it's also gotten an extreme amount of attention in the last few years. It's the serum that Nikki has that totally changed my face, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But the rosehip oil is great for discoloration, for redness. It's also anti-aging, helps smooth out wrinkles, reduces scars. Anything else?
Hyperpigmentation.
Hyperpigmentation.
Redding of the skin, rosacea, and it's just extremely hydrating because it's a drier oil. Like, people are so afraid.
Yeah,
a lot of people, but now that everyone's getting educated about oil, it doesn't cause breakouts. It's a beautiful oil.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
really helped my skin. I'm very dry.
Yeah.
I used to get red, so
Does
and
it
then I
absorb
use
into
it
your
all.
skin? Does
I'm
it
sorry.
absorb into your
It
skin?
does.
It does. It's
Because
very
it's
nice.
a drier oil.
The oils, like her serum, like I was talking about before, I'm going to tell you specifically how I do my regime and how you might want to consider doing your regime, but how to use some of these serums to talk about options like the moisturizer or so. But these oils, like she was saying, that's why I mentioned that they're not pore clogging. Most of these oils, for most people, won't cause breakouts and acne. They're not meant to. I mean,
Yeah.
they could still if you had an issue with it, right? But they're not meant to. So
Personally, for my skin, you know, I can't speak for everybody, but for the majority, I think oil. is-
Yeah. Oil has changed the whole scene for me, typically. And actually, there's an oil, grapeseed oil. That's actually particularly for people with oily skin. It helps balance the natural oil production of your skin. Grapeseed oil's in your
I think a
rosehip
little
oil.
bit,
Yeah.
a little bit.
So like she's totally right. The oils will not make you oily. They absorb wonderfully. I put it actually under moisturizers. I mean, they're very, it's like your skin just drinks it, you know. Sometimes at night I put them on a little bit heavier, but let's talk about the rest of the oils first. Okay, coconut oil. Coconut oil is, I'm talking about the same one that you can cook with or eat. You can also use it on your body. It's got a multitude of uses. You want to get extra virgin organic if you're going to use it on your skin in particular. You can use it as hair conditioner. You can put it directly on your skin. I don't find it to be as nourishing as these other oils that we're talking about for my face in particular, but it's, you know, it can be good for like elbows or just general. I've used it just for lotion before. Hemp oil. Hemp as in
Marijuana.
pot, yeah. So the cannabis plant is very healing for in a lot of different ways, and the oil of the hemp seed is one of those ways. And it increases blood circulation. It's very soothing and nurturing. If you take it internally, like hemp oil, it's got a lot of the fatty acids in it too. Okay, tea tree oil. Tea tree, like I said before, is one of the, like she was saying, it's a little bit more stripping, a little bit more astringent. It's great for antibacterial, antimicrobial. It could be used for acne treatment if that's what would work to balance your skin. But it's very strong, so just be aware of that. Apricot kernel oil is high in fatty acids. It also has the vitamin E and A, and it nourishes mature skin. You'll see that in a lot of products. Jojoba oil, which is also in the serum,
Oh, yeah.
is a wonderful oil. It's moisturizing, and it also helps bind the moisture in. So as opposed to, you know, feel like you have to put stuff on all the time, it kind of helps your body retain the moisture that's already that you already have. It's also anti-inflammatory. Jojoba, Jojoba. Yeah, it's anti-inflammatory, and it's a great overall oil. Black currant oil is good for repair, for eczema, wind or sunburn, and it's also anti-inflammatory. You will notice a lot of these have anti-inflammatory properties. Also a lot of the foods. I remember when, like in my early 30s or even late 20s, you know, you think that you want to be skinny and thin and look like, you know, one of those svelte models, and everything needs to be, you know, tight, right? Really, aging beautifully is not about being tight, it's about being supple. So we're trying to, a lot of people have inflammation, not just under their eyes or around their eyes, but they have inflammation in their skin. They have inflammation in their joints. We've talked about before, they have inflammation in their body. So these oils are really great to deal with that inflammation and keep your skin supple. The worst thing you want to do, like she mentioned, is to strip your skin, strip your oils. If you wash your face and it feels tight or it feels like squeaky, you've gone way too far, like way too far. You don't want that. So these oils really help keep the inflammation down, but also keep everything supple. Yeah? So Cheryl in the back, sorry.
I was gonna say, I use jojoba, I never know how to say it, to remove my makeup advice.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
My whole face, and then I basically barely wash my face.
Right.
Because you're right, it's not oily, it
Yeah.
absorbs nicely.
That's a good note too. Like coconut oil is also great to remove your makeup and stuff. There was another question. Yeah.
Do you use it for all over your body, not just your
Which one?
Any of them?
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, there's certain ones that you'll see if you go shopping for them in particular. You'll start noticing a trend of a lot of these being in the face products or the face necks and, you know, neck area, and then you'll start noticing a lot of other ones are in the body lotion. Some of that's because of price, because some of the oils are more expensive. So you're not going to see the highest quality rosehip and grapeseed oil in a full body oil. Maybe, unless it's, you know, $30 probably, or 45 or 60, right? Yeah, it's going to be very expensive oil. These kinds of things that we're talking about, you only use a drop. Again, we'll go through how to use them, but some of them are for both. Like coconut oil could be for both, but that's what I'm saying. For me, for my face, it's not as good as these others. I can tell there's really something happening with these others. Okay, shea butter. Has anybody heard of shea butter? It's actually a nut, right? Is it shea butter a nut? It's a nut. Okay, so shea butter is excellent for a lot of purposes. It helps remove, deal with, I have one right here, skin, dark pigment areas of your skin. It's very moisturizing. It's good for psoriasis and eczema. Shea butter is one of those, though, that you can really get ripped off. Like, there's really good quality shea butter, and then there's really crappy quality shea butter. So if you're going to use it, you really need to do your research and make sure where it's coming from, because shea butter is actually very strong. Like, it's really kind of, I would say, potent, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and so you'd want to look for an unrefined shea butter.
Unrefined shea butter.
Then you know it's like the purest shea butter.
Yes.
With, because a lot of times they dilute it, they blend it, they cut it with stuff.
Yeah, it's
So
like
the unrefined
cocaine.
is like-
They
Yeah,
cut it
yeah.
and stuff. No, I don't know anything about that, seriously, I don't. But the shea butter too is great. It has like a natural sun protective quality to it, but it's not to replace an SPF. But it's very good for your skin to nurture it, and you will see it often in lotions that have an SPF, or like they'll say natural SPF, that kind of thing. Sometimes at night, if I'm feeling particularly parched, I will use a little bit like on the outside of my lips, or sometimes a little bit around my eyes. And I always put a little drop on my little dark patches, and I think it does help. So I just have a little tube like that because it's expensive. And then olive oil. Olive oil is a great oil for all over your body. If I'm in a pinch and I'm hopping out of the shower and I'm out of my stuff or whatever, I go straight to the kitchen and load up my hands with olive oil and go to town, and I'm good to go. Like, it really is, it's good for you. It's good for a lot of people. And most people won't make you break out, but I do find it to be one of the oils that if people are going to break out, it might be from olive oil if they use too much of it. But again, the higher quality grade, the better for you in all the ways. But it also has vitamins A and E. It's anti-inflammatory. Usually fairly gentle. Does anybody have any questions about the oils? Any other questions about the oils? Okay. All right, so let's quick go through supplements that you might be interested in that I haven't mentioned, and then we're going to talk about the products and the regimes, okay? So supplements. One of my favorites, herb, and I actually don't use it that much. I've used it when I've broken my arm or different things randomly, but it's called horsetail. It's actually also called shave grass. It's an herb that is very high in silica, and I love that it's called horsetail because the horse's tail is like silk, and the silica in the horsetail. Anyway, it's in supplements, usually in supplements that are for hair, skin, and nails. But it's a great herb. It's very gentle, and also has other qualities too. It's very anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antimicrobial. If you look it up, there's a list of uses for it, from herpes and cancer treatment, like lots and lots of uses, but primarily you'll see it in hair, skin, and nails, okay? So that's the only herb I wanted to mention, but this other supplements, let's just run through them real quick. All right, vitamin A, we've already talked about. That helps repair the skin. It can help diminish fine lines, right, and combat acne and dry skin. Topically, it's some form of retinoic acid, so retinol, retin A, retin da. So that's what you're looking for. All right, vitamin C helps repair skin also. It can reduce effects of sun damage and strengthens the skin. Vitamin E, vitamin A or C, E, and selenium, I kind of bulk together. You often see those together. They're very popular antioxidants to take internally, but they're also very good for your skin and your hair and your nails. So the vitamin E will help keep your skin smooth. Actually, I remember my grandmother, all she used on her face was vitamin E capsules, and she did pretty good until she was, until she passed away, actually. She did good. Selenium also, it's a trace element. It works synergistically with the E and the C and the A, so like if you were to buy a hair or hair, skin, or nails supplement, you would probably look for something with all those ingredients. You'd probably see all those together, okay? CoQ10, has anybody heard of CoQ10? Okay, it's one of the best, I wouldn't say one of the best. Yeah, it is, pretty good. Both to take and topically, it's now in a lot of products. It helps increase circulation overall. A lot of people take CoQ10 for their memory. You remember when that got popular years ago? It's kind of like ginkgo with the memory and the circulation. It's good for your heart. But it also, can help reverse the signs of sun damage, all that. But it preserves collagen and helps your skin appear younger. So it's a great supplement to take as for us that are aging, just overall. It's one of the best protective antioxidants I think you can take, because you're gonna get multiple benefits from it, and really good benefits. Your body produces CoQ10, but after 40, it starts going away. Okay, and then omega-3 fatty acids. We've talked about these many times in our workshops. They help repair, provide moisture, and add flexibility to the skin. Sweetie, just make sure that door is closed all the way if you're gonna go out there, okay? Close that one all the way. So the omega-3 fatty acids, like I mentioned in the salmon, but also you could take the supplement if you like, but it really helps give the good fats to your skin. And that's what we need to reprogram our mind to not be afraid of these fats, okay? Obviously, if you're sitting around not doing anything and eating chocolate and avocados and almonds all day long, your ass is going to get big, but your skin's going to be beautiful. So you have to balance these things out, right? But little doses every day are excellent anti-aging and for your skin. Other acids that are great, gamma-linoleic acids, GLAs. These come in the form usually of evening primrose or black currant oil. So these help really keep the skin supple and moist also. These are supplements. A lot of times you'll find like the evening primrose in, transitional supplements, like for menopause or what have you, because they also help balance the hormonal panel in your body, your hair. Silica, you can take silica straight. Again, it's proven to help maintain production of the collagen. Is it going to add collagen? Everyone has different results, but it does improve the elasticity of your hair and your skin and your joints, and also, your joints. So if you have those issues, that's great to take. And then this one you may not think of when it comes to skin, but B-complex vitamins. That also includes biotin. I know that you've heard of biotin in all your shampoo products, right? So the B-complex, they're like a great foundation of vitamins to take for all of your energy production. And your cells, like we talked about earlier, we're trying to help rejuvenate them, right? And repair and get that whole process staying healthy and active. And the B vitamins help with energy, restoration, and production in your whole body. So they're a great fundamental cross-broad. I would not single out one B vitamin unless your doctor told you to, like B12, some people take for energy. But if you're not like prescribed that or something, just get a good multi-B complex vitamin. The biotin for the hair, skin, nails, but also increases circulation and promotes oxygen to your skin. The B vitamins do. And then collagen, like we said already. You can take it. It may help your joints. It may help your skin. It may help your hair. It will definitely make your eyebrows grow. I don't know if it's going to take years off your life or not, but it's kind of like that theory of if you got a liver problem, eat liver. If you're collagen, take collagen. You could try it. It's not cheap, but I think just an overall well-balanced diet. Okay, so that is the supplements. Anybody have any questions on that? No?
I do.
Yeah.
What about a supplement for your eyelashes, since you mentioned eyebrows? Is there
Yeah. You know what? Do you know anything for that?
There is a product like that, but my doctor said it would darken your
Yeah,
eyelids.
they make synthetic products. There is. You know what? On my website, Modern Sage, if you go to the bottom of the screen, I did a review for an eyelash natural. Oh, I know what it was. Sweet almond oil was the base.
Oh, that sweet almond oil. This is good shields.
It's on my website. But anyways, I did use it. I felt, again, I must have like fertile eyebrows. I felt like it strengthened my eyelashes. I don't know if it made them grow so much, but I did feel a difference, and it definitely felt a difference. You can put it on your eyebrow as well if you need to stimulate growth of that. But check out my website because I did a review for that. Okay, so that's that. Now let's get into the fun stuff. Okay, a ton of makeup, And actually these companies that I'm listing here are all that not that I've ever done, because I try a lot of stuff, but they're the ones that I can tell you that are good and popular, you know what I mean? There's a million of them out there though, a million. Like if you Google natural, organic, whatever makeup, you're gonna find a lot. These are the ones that I know because I've tried them. Okay, Gabrielle is one, Gabrielle. These are makeup companies. Gabrielle, and then there's another company called Zulu, Z-U-L-U. I think those are owned by the same company. Zulu's a little bit more hip, trendy, like for, you know, colors and younger, like hip kind of makeup kind of stuff, and Gabrielle's a little bit more conservative. That's the sense I get. But anyway, they're good. I use their eyeshadows. I've used their mascara. They have good powders. They've really come a long way. They have good stuff. Mineral Fusion is another line. They're a relatively new line. It's a mineral-based line, but it's not all mineral products like what you're used to, like with mineral. What's that other popular mineral? Bare Minerals. It's not like that. It's like more of a full line, but it's mineral-based. They have everything from like fingernail polish remover, which works great, I will say, and it's non-toxic. They have fingernail polishes. They have a bunch of products. Like I've used their eye makeup remover is nice. It works very well. I've used their face scrub. It works pretty good. I've used their shampoo. It's just a good kind of general, like something you find at Whole Foods kind of thing. The All Natural Face, Joan and I have ordered from them. It's a vegan line of makeup, so there's no animal ingredients. It is also mineral-based, but it's different than the Mineral Fusion. It's a lovely line of makeup. Her powders, her eyeshadows and blushes and concealers. Her vegan eyeliner is amazing. It's called the All Natural Face, and you can only order it online. It's also cheap, relatively, you know. Jane Iredale is another. The All Natural Face. All Natural Face. I think it's theallnaturalface.com. She has 600 products. She has great deodorant, like a lavender crystal spray. It works. But it's very makeup-y. You know, it's like going to I don't know.
Mary Kay.
Like a Sephora, but it's like all her vegan products. Good. Okay, Jane Iredale. I've used her before. She's kind of a higher end, or I would say mid to higher end makeup line. Laura, you've used her, right? Do you like her?
Love it.
Loves it. Okay, it's another very good all natural makeup line, Jane Iredale. It's probably more on par of like something you would find at a department store if natural makeup lines were in there. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of. Iredale, Jane Iredale. And then, I don't know if she...
Dermatologists sell it and plastic surgeons.
Okay, cool, yeah. It's good. Josie Marin, I think that's the way you say it, Josie. You can find her stuff at Sephora. Also, she's big on using the argan oil in her... I think she has a lot of hair stuff, but I think she came out with a makeup line too. I've used a couple of things, and it's pretty, it's well trusted, I would say. Okay, so then skincare. Obviously, DollyMoo I've used a lot of her products. Another company that I use is Mychelle, M-Y-C-H-E-L-L-E. Her stuff is very good. It's a little strong, but she has various degrees of like face moisture, like facial treatments, like basic or anti-aging, or the like really anti-aging, like my face is about to fall off kind of stuff. So she's got a wide assortment of stuff. It's not cheap though. Well, it's not terrible, but it's, you're gonna spend some money. Derma-e, like with the products we have here, I like some of their products. Shea Terra, they have good shea butter products. Dr. Bronner's, we've gotten their soaps. Could be a little bit harsh sometimes, so I wouldn't recommend those for like face cleansers or that kind of thing, but they're great general soaps. And Pangea is another product company that I used to use a lot. They have a nice line of organic stuff. Sometimes it's a little drying for me. Have you tried Pangea?
No, I know what it is.
Yeah. Good company though, very good company. So those are the makeup and skincare companies that I would just say off my cuff that you could find easily, that are affordable, and that actually, make some difference. Okay, so let's then talk about how to treat our beautiful faces. So here's kind of the regime that I do every every night and every morning when I can. I cheat a little bit in the morning though. So I do cleanse my face with a gentle cleanser. I've noticed I'm getting drier and drier for me. It's partly because of my age, and then when the winter comes, it's really bad. You know, it can be really bad. It used to be really bad. So I use a gentle cleanser. Then I use the rose quartz toner. Did you bring any of that?
I did.
Okay. I used her rose quartz toner. Toners are really great for me, and I don't know the technical aspect exactly, but for me, it feels like it balances out the soap or the cleanser that I just used. It kind of removes any of the rest of the junk that it didn't get, and like preps my face for the next step. Is that right?
Yes.
Right. So witch hazel is a great natural product. You may have heard of witch hazel before. When I have it in my house, I use it always instead of any kind of alcohol. Whenever you might need alcohol, it's kind of an astringent, but it's not as drying. So it's great in these kinds of products. And the aloe in that, it does make a ton of difference. I love her toner. It's the kind that you put on a pad and kind of wipe on. So there's some that you can spray too, but hers you wipe on, and I love it. Also, just another quick tip about aloe. I wrote this on my Facebook wall one time. For baggy eyes, I've been cutting off the tips of my aloe plant and using the juice and tapping it here. It really does help the bags go. So that's a good little tip. Has anybody ever done that?
I have an aloe plant that I use it for burns.
Aloe's great for burns too, but anyway, so it helps with that too. You can't use too much of it or you'll get a little bit yellow under there. Okay, so then I do my toner, and I let the toner dry. Is that what you're supposed to do? Let the toner kind of dry or feel like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give it a second.
Okay, so then I let the toner dry, and then I use her rose hip oil over that, and you just need like a drop or two. That's it. So these little bottles, you might think, oh, that's gonna last me 2 weeks. No, it lasts you like months. It really, really does. You just need a drop or two, and you think, how am I gonna get that over my face? But I just take a little bit, and I always start. I've been taught to rub up, but I don't know if that's right or not. And I, rub up and get everywhere with the oil. I do this. I do it just like QVC women do it, just like this. And then I do it here, and then I let that not dry because it's going to feel supple on your skin. And then depending on the time of year, I put on some kind of a moisturizer. That is my thing every day. And in the morning, the only thing that I do different is if I'm in a hurry, I would take Burt's Bees has a pretty nice sensitive skin face wipe cleanser kind of thing or whatever, or just an oil like a coconut oil or something, and I would wipe my face off to kind of cleanse it without getting the water and everything involved, and then I would do the process again. You can also, that's the time when you would do any kind of around your eye treatment, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like a 5-step thing, but it doesn't take that long, and it just changes your skin. I'll tell you my testimony about the rosehip oil is, like I said, I tried like 20 moisturizers, more than that, cleansers, and I was having these red like bumps and patches on the sides of my face. This was when I was going even to a nutritionist, like I didn't know if I was allergic to something, whatever, like it was just crazy, and it looked terrible, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I met her in Hoboken at a festival, and I tried it, and like within 2 days, the things went away. What it was, I think, was a combination of really dry skin, because I was not properly hydrating my skin, and having sensitive reactions to all this crap in the products. Even the good crap becomes, too much, like I was saying. So just simple. Like it became very simple, and my skin's never looked better. I mean, I'm not trying to brag or anything. I have wrinkles, I have all the things, whatever. But my skin, like, it really feels great, and it's just easy. So that's what I do. So does anybody have any question about what you should or shouldn't do, like for your face or thoughts about that?
I have extremely oily skin.
Extremely
right?
oily.
And the toner that you were discussing, would that be would that right?
No, I think it'd be fine. Okay.
Yeah, I think, that's the thing with toner, because this one you can use on dry skin because it is the aloe, but it'll also, take away, just takes away some of that excess gook that
And that
someone's
should be used
skin
every
has.
day. Wouldn't that be harsh on the skin?
No, because there's nothing in there stripping. That's the difference, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing, so if you use, and I hate to say it because I don't wanna bash like commercial grade products, but if you use regular soap or regular toners, that kind of stuff, they do have, a stripping effect.
Does that come off on your pillow at night?
No. That's the thing I
That's
love, I
because
mean,
the astringent, maybe the astringent is
No.
the last thing you said you used.
No, the astringent goes on before your serums or your lotions.
Oh, I thought that was the last
It goes
thing.
after you cleanse. I mean, sometimes I guess if you have a spray astringent, you can do it, you know, throughout the day or to kind of like moisturize your face or whatever,
There's
freshen your face.
lavender water now that you can like, it's just a lavender essential water and you can.
Yeah, the lavender water is what she's saying. So one thing I was going to say that I love about what I'm doing right now is because I always think this is just going to wipe off. You know, my dog licks my face. I sleep on my side like you're not supposed to. But when I wake up in the morning, my face feels as good as it did when I put it on the night before, to the point where I feel like I don't need to do this again, but because I'm creeping into the, oh my God, my face is about to fall off stage, I do it again. You know what I mean? So, but I don't even really feel like I need to because it just feels so nice. And I can tell if I skip a day or a night, sometimes that patchiness will kind of start reappearing, and I go, uh-oh, here we go. So that's what works for me. Obviously, everyone's skin is different, but I don't think that at our age you can just skip over it all unless you aren't concerned about it. But just tell everybody you're all beautiful and we're all aging, and the more you smile, the better you eat, the more beautiful you're going to be. So let's try to do that and not freak out about aging. I know it's hard, I do too. But I just wanted to say that because I'm glad you're all here. I'm glad that everyone's interested in this. And it is critically important, like every decision you make every day. It's the same with everything in your life, whether it's the food you're eating, the people you're hanging around, the jobs you're doing, all the intention, energy that you're giving to whatever you're about makes a difference. And the same is true with the ingredients that you put on your body and in your body to take care of yourself.